Hello YouTube. I am trying to trim my hair one of these days because I don't know if you can really see, but there's kind of like parts of it that are still like mint green. So yeah, and I was thinking of just filming that because I feel like I've filmed all of my hair challenges over the past few years. But yeah, I don't really know what to talk about while cutting my hair. So if anyone has any suggestions as to what they'd want me to talk about, it can be hair related, it can be not hair related. I will admit I'm a little worried that I won't really know what I'm doing. I think it's worth a shot. I just want to trim it upwards, I think. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, moving along to the topic of this video. A few videos back, I think I mentioned that I wanted to do a video on ebooks because I have a lot of thoughts on them. So today is that day. Basically, okay, I haven't read a lot of ebooks, fully that is, but I recently read Chanel Miller's Know My Name, and I'm currently reading Trick Mirror as ebooks, and so I wanted to talk about my experience with them. So I think I read them a little bit unconventionally. I actually read them both on my phone. I read Know My Name on the Kindle app on my phone, and I'm reading Trick Mirror on the Books app on my phone. I have thoughts about both, but first I want to start out with just some general differences that I've noticed between physical books and ebooks. First up, with an ebook, you can highlight things without actually marking up the page, and you can undo it, and it's not permanent. I don't personally have anything against writing in books. I just get a little scared that the pens I use are gonna bleed through like the other side of the page. I also don't really like my handwriting that much. So even like when I post excerpts from books that I like on Instagram or something, I'll take a photo of the page itself and then I'll mark it up like through Instagram. If I write in a book, it'll usually be in pencil, but I don't think I've written in a book in a very long time. So it's just nice being able to highlight things without actually feeling like it's permanent. I'm a writer, sure, but I feel like I still don't know a lot of words. And so on ebooks, you can just tap the word and find the definition like really quickly. But in physical books, I'll have to like stop what I'm doing, get my phone, Google it, or like at least like Siri it. And then since I'm already on my phone, I'll just like go on Twitter, I'll go on Instagram, and then I'll never go back to my book. That's actually one of the most major problems I have. Maybe I should have started out with that one. Whatever, okay. Next up, maybe not so much of a concern with people who have good eyes, but my eyes are not particularly good, especially if I'm not wearing my contacts. You can change the font size of your ebooks. Game changer, like, all right. You can also bookmark whatever page you want without actually having to find a physical bookmark. Maybe that doesn't sound that revolutionary. Even if I have a bookmark, a lot of times I'll just forget it places. I'm reading in bed, but then I need to cook something, so I go to the kitchen and I'm still reading my book while I'm going. And so sometimes I'll forget my bookmark in bed, and then in the kitchen I don't have anything to bookmark it with, and then I end up using like a carrot just in the book. Like it is a problem for the very special segment of the population for which this is a problem. Oh my god, wait, I forgot the most important thing. Okay, you can search the entire book for words and phrases if you can't remember where it is, or even if you like an idea that you remember was covered somewhere, you can search words that like might belong to that idea and you can find it so easily. How am I supposed to do that with a physical book? Literally life-changing. Okay, literally, okay, I should have started out with that one. Oh my god, okay, I don't really have a list like written down, so this is just like me looking at my ebook app and coming up with observations. Also, oh my god, wait, I forgot another important one. Okay, when I'm reading on my phone, the reason I use my phone to read and not my laptop or like a real Kindle, I guess, is because if I'm just like out and about, or even if I'm just in my home, my phone is on me all the time. My book, not necessarily. I need to like actively think to bring this with me if I'm going to the kitchen, for example. Like, I will forget this a lot and I might not make it my priority. However, my phone is always my priority. If I'm already on my phone, the barrier to me starting reading is so much higher if I have to put down my phone and pick up my book rather than just switching apps on my phone, you know? And once I'm reading on my phone, I'm actually, I don't know if this is counterintuitive, but I feel like I'm less likely to be distracted by notifications. Because if I'm reading my book and I get a notification on my phone, especially because I don't have message previews turned on my phone, so I'll feel such an urge to go pick up my phone, unlock it, and check what the message preview is before deciding if it's urgent or not. But if I'm reading on my phone already, I'll see the message preview and know if it's an urgent notification or not, and whether or not I need to stop reading. So I actually feel like I read better on my phone. So yeah, those were the biggest things I noticed. Now getting into more like small details, I really like how the ebook apps tell you what percent of the book you've gotten through. Stuff like that definitely motivates me to keep reading. It does. That's why I track what I read on Goodreads, because it's just interesting, like knowing all the metadata around your reading process. And it does encourage me to read more. Even though I still think that reading should be for the sake of reading. Actually, in the Books app, they even tell you how many pages you have left in each chapter, which I also really enjoy. I don't remember if the Kindle app does that. Yeah, no, the Kindle app just gives you how many pages out of the whole book. I guess they might have settings where you can change that, but okay. Between the apps though, the Kindle app is so much better for highlighting than the Books app is. The Books app always gets my highlights wrong, and like it just won't include periods at the end of sentences for some reason. And if you try to get it to include the period, it'll sometimes like include the next word, especially if they're on like 2 different lines. It's a small detail, but it's very annoying sometimes. Flipping pages on the Books app, I don't like that experience at all. There's like a lag to it. It's just not the most convenient thing. And then the other major thing I noticed is that, so these are like the default settings that I have on my phone. I'm pretty sure, I don't think I changed that much, so they must just be the default settings. So the Books app actually changes to like night mode if you're in a low light setting, which I don't actually like. I feel like it's actually harder to read when the screen is dark and the text is white. So I should probably turn that off at some point. But yeah, the Kindle app does not have that as a default setting. So those were the main things I noticed that differentiated the 2 apps. But as far as like the pros of reading a physical book go, I feel like they're all like pretty tactile pros. Like I love being able to smell books. I love the feeling of pages. If I'm reading on my phone and someone asks me why I'm on my phone all the time, I have to like explain to them that I'm actually reading a book on my phone, so it like doesn't really count. Except it does count because your screen time still goes up when you're reading on your phone. Okay, anyway. Oh, I guess the other thing about books is that if you remember that something is on like the bottom of the left page, you can flip through the book looking for the thing at the bottom of the left page, whereas on ebooks they don't really do or at least the default settings don't do it like 2 pages side by side. They just do 1 page and you flip them, so you don't really know which page is left and right. I read an article a while back about the pricing of ebooks, and I couldn't really get a full grasp on why this is, but some ebooks actually cost more than physical books on Amazon. That being said, Amazon is not where you should be getting your books from. Support local, support Barnes & Noble. But still, it's kind of an interesting difference. That being said, ebooks are digital, so if you wanted to get one for someone, that would be a lot easier than physically mailing a book. But yeah, let me know what you think about your experience with ebooks down below, if you read them on your phone or on your laptop or on a Kindle/iPad. I'd love to hear about it and see if you noticed something different than what I did and if it would change my reading experience. Also, okay, I've been holding this book in most of this video. This is Days of Distraction by Alexandra Chang. It's an incredible book so far. I'm having a really fun time reading it. Book club second pick. What do we think? If you're following along with Trick Mirror, let me know what you think down below or in the Goodreads discussion. And I'm looking forward to making another book club video this Sunday. Alright, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!